I'm Hillary Mulick and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a North Carolina wedding photographer and I've been in business for over 9 years and shooting weddings for over 9 years. And I love using this channel to help educate other wedding photographers on tips and tricks that they can use in their business and how to help streamline their businesses even more. So today I'm going to be talking about how I plan my quarterly calendar, which is right behind me. I actually have an annual and a quarterly calendar. I have posted pictures of these on my Instagram and I always get questions asking where I got them and what I use them for. I actually got them from another creative. Her name is Couch Moyer, and I'm gonna link the calendars down below. And I actually got these special poster boards that I got at Target that I'll link below as well. And today I'm just gonna show you how I plan my quarterly calendar. So over here, I actually have my annual calendar. And so at the beginning of the year, I went through and I put in all of my personal things throughout the year that I had planned, put in all my weddings. And what I'm gonna do with my quarterly calendar over here, this is Q2, so April, May, and June, I'm gonna be transferring some of this information over and then also planning what I'm gonna be doing for this next quarter. So when I'm doing my quarterly calendar, I love using Post-it notes. I actually have little mini Post-it notes you can see over here, and I'm gonna use bigger Post-it notes on my quarterly calendar and just filling in exactly what these Post-it notes mean. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I like to use pink, and the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark off all of my personal time that I have in the next 3 months. All right, so I have finished putting in all of my personal time that I actually already had here on my annual calendar. So these are just shows that Jason and I are seeing, birthdays, trips that we have coming up, holidays. So I have Memorial Day here, and I want to make sure that I am blocking that off and just using it for personal time. Jason's graduation, just different things that I want to make sure that are top priority in my calendar, and things that I want to make sure that as I'm planning the rest of my calendar, I'm not overbooking myself so that I can't also enjoy some personal time. The next thing I'm going to do on my calendar is I'm going to mark all of my weddings and just sessions that I already have on my calendar here in blue, so that at a glance I can see all of my most important things. So all of my personal things that are really important and all of my weddings and sessions that are really important. Just as a little side note, I like using the big blue Post-it notes for weddings and rehearsal dinners, things that are all-day events that I need to be aware of. And then I like using smaller little Post-it notes for just sessions that I have that aren't necessarily taking up the whole day, but I just want to be aware of how much stuff is on my calendar. Because a lot of times I'll shoot multiple sessions in a day, since I'm only doing sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays most weeks. All right, great. So here are all the sessions and weddings that I have on my calendar currently. So the weddings are big blue, and then the sessions I put in just little blue Post-its. So at a glance, I can see what my schedule is looking like for the next few months. I'm gonna go ahead and write the weddings that I have, because those are generally in different locations and sometimes they're out of state, so I like to just be aware of that as well. right, so I have finished filling out just little notes on each of the Post-it notes so I know where each of those weddings are, and just gives me a good idea of my calendar when I'm looking at it at a glance. The next thing I'm going to do is use bright yellow Post-it notes, and this is for just business things that I have coming up the next few weeks or the next few months. So this will be either workshops, YouTube filming, just different things that I want to accomplish in my business, and I'm just giving myself deadlines to do those things. Okay, so that's it for the Post-it notes on the calendar side. Now on this side, I have things that I'm gonna fill out with my dry erase marker. And this is if I have a monthly focus, something that I really wanna be working on that month. There's also a spot for success standard here, which I may or may not fill out. And then the bigger box is just notes and things that I want to remind myself, or just things that I want to be doing that month. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that out. All right, so now I am done filling out my quarterly calendar. Just to recap, I started with pink Post-it notes to fill in all of my personal things that I have coming up, blue Post-it notes for weddings, and then also sessions that I have in the next few months, and then yellow Post-it notes for just business things that I want to be completing that I have due dates for. And then over here on the side, I just filled out some focuses and some goals of some things that I want to really be working on each of the months, and things that I want to accomplish. And I love having these two calendars here on this wall, because opposite of this wall is my desk, and so that's where I sit at my computer and do all of my editing and all of my work. And I just love being able to look up and just see what I have coming up ahead for this year, and then also just things that I want to constantly be reminding myself on, things to stay focused on. I hope this was helpful, and I really encourage you to do an annual and a quarterly planning calendar. I think it's so great for your business, and it really helps you move the needle in your business as well. So if you have any other questions, make sure to leave them down below, and I'll see you again next week for another YouTube video. Bye guys.